In this video, I'm going to talk actually about something pretty interesting. It's not going to hopefully make it too superficial, but I'm going to try to relate to claymation every once in a while, not to enforce that too much, but to make sure it's on topic for the niche, I guess. We're going to talk about my super ambitious goal. Some of you will enjoy this, to get 6 million in 1500,000 subscribers on YouTube for the Dr. ABC channel or the Crosswind channel, not my chef for this matter, but my chef can get as many as he wants to at this point. But for Dr. ABC's case, Dr. Anthony Mark Cashman, to get 6,150,000 subscribers or more. And the 6.15 million thing is it's an ongoing personal inside meme kind of thing, inside joke kind of meme. But it is half serious and half sarcastic. There is a hidden truth to me wanting that many audience members in the whatever I call my subscriber base, which I think I'm gonna call them the Axons at first, the Axon Playstrikers, and then change the name after that. Because Axon Playstriker is gonna be a little too scientific and a little too interesting compared to being a claymation animator, which is not the only thing I do on here always. At least not before, even if I still try niche down, but and do if I content out anyways. Nah. But the thing about 6 million subscribers is not to have an audience that's big enough per se. Other way around, but is to basically have, in the sake of claymation, it's to have this kind of immersion to the things that I know I can do, and have maybe a feeling of accomplishment for that, having a know-how that things in the reality or in the midst of actually being a creator who actually knows what they're doing, whether they have monetization or an audience. And it's like, yeah, I can have some things actually happen and know I can achieve them and believe in myself, whether that's actually realistic or not. And how that's relevant to claymation is that it'd be nice to be a namesake, some kind of a role model for people who know that the niche of claymation is still worthwhile, whether you're big or small, and it's actually going to help people, even if it's just that one person who gets what you need from them. Or what you need for them. It's like, whether it's even not just for affiliates is something else entirely. But like affiliate does follow the same principles as like just the one sale to one person. But even in the sake, it sounds similar for even the truthful, brilliant things, like the significance behind helping that one person as an audience viewer, not necessarily as a money marker. But I'm not trying to be. That's why I'm trying to say I don't want to be superficial about this. I don't want to say I want 6 million subscribers to have an audience or a monetization. I'm just trying to not fame and fortune, because you can deliberately compare and contrast fame and fortune with ideals that relate and relay with YouTube, and it's pretty. That can be a good or bad thing depending, but it just. But I wanted 6 million as a higher end goal. It doesn't have to even be the highest end goal. That obviously it will never stop doing that. But like I would clearly want more than 6 million subscribers even if I got to that point. Because if it was that kind of those universal philosophies, whatever you call them, never want having enough, or even the other one, which is when you want the opposite way you have. Because I clearly have a lot as a talented claymation animator. I really do, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can make claymation that doesn't look too dirty, aka the polishing stuff I need to do lately. That my frame rates are pretty decent. And I'm saying that as if I'm selling myself short. I'm not trying to. I know that I'm a talented claymation animator, but I really do. But but to get to the point of being someone who warrants an audience, I have to. I personally believe I would rather have the skills and experience before I get an audience than the other way around. If I'm a noob who has that much of an audience, that'll be really bad. That'll be overkill. Even just getting 600,000 subscribers as a noob would be overkill, and that's 10 times less what I'm aiming for, technically speaking. But the 130 subscribers thing was a goal in itself, obviously for me, not just as a realistic way we call realistic or reasonable goals or smart goals. I wanted 130 or 100 in general because those were for other schematics. That was not just for the custom mural, because obviously 100 or more is the custom mural and the other things, but 130 was a schematic. 130 subscribers was to make sure that I knew how to pace myself with the milestones I necessary. And I would not have to be the person who says, I'll never have enough even if I get to those points. I don't have to be. I may very well fall out of stereotype myself anyways, because we're all relatable and unique in our ways. That's how I believe it to be. We're not always relatable though at that point. So I do think that if I did get 130 subscribers and even 6 million, 100,000 or whatever. No, yeah, 6.15 million. It would not be me being at that point and being like, okay, yeah, this is still not enough, obviously, because that's a cliche. But now I may very well fall out stereotype anyways. But between the goals or whatever ambitions, it is okay to have ambitions and dreams that are unrealistic. If you can dream anything, it's better than not having a dream at all. And it's like same with confidence. It's better to be overconfident than not confident at all. If that's even always true. That doesn't have to always be true, but you know. Again, one more thing I'll relay with claymation and my subscriber goals is that there are more important things, obviously, understandably, when it comes to those things. It doesn't have to just be fame and fortune. It doesn't have to be monetization and an audience. You don't have to always be that superficial. It doesn't have to be superficial even then, but it's look at me glooming over the camera. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I want to be able to explain this in a better light if I can, but I'm doing some pretty interesting things, by the way, with the live streams and the videos. I think the live streams being 2 hours approximately every once in a while, which is good for the viewers that are here in the meantime. Having more of an audience for that between Twitch and YouTube, if necessary, or even Instagram, for that matter. Maybe I don't even know if I would even go on TikTok, but I would eventually if I wanted to, but not always, not necessarily. I guess we'll see. But Instagram and Twitch should be more often if I had audiences on those. But when I was lucky with live streams, I was getting like 1-2 with viewers almost per every single stream between YouTube and Twitch. And so if I did more Twitch or YouTube streams, then I would it would be nice to have big audience with those. Although the floods of comments and chats would be kind of interesting to see, even if that's not always a good thing. But you know. But it has to have like I was looking into like Patreon and Fiverr a little bit, and Fiverr has quite a few claymation animators. Patreon has the potential for that to work out, and freelance and Upwork are okay too. But I was most likely gonna try Fiverr first before Patreon, because I've been hearing Patreon from my friends and content creator allies alike. They were telling me that Patreon would be my best bet for now, even if it's too soon. Some other ones were saying that it should not be too soon to do it. You might as well focus on your content first, and then see if you have at least 10 people or more who can help you in Patreon. Because having one or no people to do it is kind of annoying. So ideally 10 people or more who are already willing, dead shot willing to help you on Patreon, and then you can start from scratch, and then you go from there. But you know. So I shouldn't even be talking about this stuff while I'm still even this early in the game, but I don't call 2 years too early, but it's like 2 or more years. But I then got in super casual in those years anyway, so I was just making claymation casually. One more thing I'll say on the terms of claymation is that there have been instances where I'm like, yeah, I could make more claymation rapidly to prove a point, but I am so grateful that I made them casually, and that the claymation I made in the meantime was still worth having, especially the experimental ones. The ones I did different things in each of them. So, and ideas for combining the claymations with deep documentaries, or combining them with vlogs, or combining claymations with music videos, or my own music claymation videos. I guess that could be really cool, or other music collabs or whatever, or collab meme posts, or collabs in general. And some of those I did, at least so far with Jet's video, the one with the conscious connections, contest entry from John His House, 100 frames. That was cool. The 2 times I did 100 frames, and then yeah. This video was originally supposed to be about the milestone goal, the 6 million subscriber theory, but I went a little bit around that, the claymation stuff. I'm glad I did that in this video, but I just want to clear my head for this. And again, if I had a thumbnail for this, it most likely will just have an arbitrary number, but that's not arbitrary, because that is a goal, is to have 6,000,015 subscribers. It is a goal, and it's not supposed to be something that I can't possibly reach. I know I can do it. But it is very good to dream, even if it's not always helpful or realistic. I know it's worth dreaming like that. So I don't want you to think that I'm someone who just makes claymation is so. I don't know which one's a stereotype. Is it a stereotype to be humble and knowing that you're not the big hotshot you think you are, or is it the stereotype to think that you are the hotshot? And that whether you actually are or not, it's not good to always be narcissistic. I don't know if that's the case, but which one's a stereotype? Because I didn't even know what the stereotype was with fame and fortune. Was wanting fame and fortune the stereotype, or not wanting fame and fortune the stereotype? So I'm not that confused all the time. Well, it's obviously one or the other, man. You gotta make up your mind. I know, because if it was one or the other, then I would know. I would still not have to know even then. But yeah, but with my goals in particular, they're not arbitrary. I do want to have 6 billion and 150,000 subscribers. That is a goal. That is possible, and I know I can do it. But claymation niching down is going to certainly help to some extent getting there. And I think even just having quality content in general, whether I'm consistent or not with that, I want to be consistent to prove people wrong about the animation taking forever myth. I still think that's a myth, because it just bothers me to hear like that. But yeah, I'll end this quick. I accepted Tony. Remember, there's nothing more beautiful than inspiration. There's nothing more devastating than pretending not to care. Stay safe in the pandemic, everyone. And I'll try to make the claymation or live stream or shorts in the meantime. I'll try to. See you guys.